Well, today's video is going to be about a drugstore foundation that I had forgotten about, and one that I think really is good for mature skin. So far, there's only one thing that I can think of about this foundation that, for me in particular, I am not fond of, and that is the dry down time. It seems to stay a little tacky for longer than I would like, but as you'll see, I'm going to remedy it with just a tiniest little bit of powder. So let's just get started. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, my name is Patty and I'm RXSTRMOM. And welcome to all of you. I will list everything below that I'm using. Just going to put some concealer on right there. I'm going to try something a little bit different today. The foundation I'm using today is the L'Oreal True Match, and this is the Super Blendable Foundation, and I am wearing shade N5. It's a glass bottle with a pump, which I love. I'm just going to dot some of this over my face, pumping it out onto my finger. Not much, but we'll see. And my preferred method of application is just a makeup brush or a foundation brush. Smoothing it out, and then I'll pat it in. I'm mature. I have wrinkles. I have sagging skin. I am 80 years old. So far, it's a great age. Sort of dab it all on. And one thing I'm going to do, especially for these crow's feet and these sort of diagonal lines that I'm getting on each side of my face, is I'm going to pull my skin up and just dab it so that the foundation will go ahead and fill in those wrinkles. Now, so far in all my years of wearing foundation, well, all of my years of having wrinkles and wearing foundations, I haven't found one that doesn't settle in my wrinkles and fine lines. I'm going to do the same thing here. You know, so often I guess we put our foundation on and we put it on over the wrinkles, and what happens is if you later on, if you smile or pull your face back or whatever, I can see the natural colored skin where those wrinkles were. And I think just making sure that I can get in those wrinkles could be my imagination. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and use the little Angie Hot and Flashy brush and sort of lean into my mirror here and blend out that concealer. And I'm going to sort of do the same thing. I definitely have lines under my eyes on those lower lids. I have a red nose. Took an allergy pill this morning, but still sometimes need to blow my nose. I'm pulling that concealer down sort of in the center of my face, mainly just to lighten the center of my face up. Looking in my monitor there, it looks like, well, I can really see the light under my eyes, and mainly just right there, but we'll work on that. I'm just going to go ahead and continue applying my makeup, and then I will make sure and list everything I'm using in the description box below this video. I'll also pin it in the first comment. I'm tightlining with my black pencil, and you can see the difference in this eye and this eye. Without mascara or anything on my lashes, it automatically makes it defines my eye, but it also makes my eyelashes look longer. I need to replace this palette. You can see I have hit pan for sure. Obviously, I have two favorite colors, or two favorite shades in this palette. Well, actually three. This is the second. I'm just going to be around the house today and maybe get out for just a little bit. I need to go to Walmart and run a couple of errands. Now I'm going in this very dark shade. Isn't it wild that you can just sort of start with a blank face with nothing, and just all of a sudden it starts to come together? I've told you guys a million times that I am not an expert. I am not, well, let me say I'm not an expert. I am not trained in makeup application. So I've just learned what I've learned as I've learned it over all these, well, now at least 60 years. Since I was in my early 20s, I've been wearing makeup, and a lot of it. A little trick that I do so often is I powder my eyelashes just with anything, whatever I have in my hand, because mascara is going to go over it. And I do that because my eyelashes, the tips of my eyelashes are very blonde. So I think that helps. It helps the mascara, I guess. And I've used a liquid foundation. I'm doing this light color that I did first on my lids, on my brows also, because there's oil in my makeup or anything that I've put on my face so far, maybe my concealer. Especially my eyebrows, my product doesn't last is because there's oil there. So I'm powdering it, hopefully to absorb any oil that may be there. And I'm touching my brush to the tips of my eyelashes first. I started doing this powder technique and doing the tips of my lashes first a long time ago, and it really does seem to work. And also, I have bent my mascara brush, as you can see, and let me show you real quick. Not all mascara brushes will do this, so be really, really careful. But pull your brush out. You only have to do this one time. And barely, just barely, sort of bounce and bend it down. And it will, if it will bend, it will bend. If it won't, don't stress it, you'll break it. In all the years I've been doing this, and I've been doing this little trick for, oh my gosh, I probably learned it in my early 30s. And it just makes mascara application so much easier because I don't have to get my elbows involved, and just mainly my hand and my wrist. I've been using Revitalash for a couple of years now. I've tried some other brands and actually did a video on them maybe a year ago. And personally, I prefer the Revitalash. It's expensive. It's, depending on if you buy it on sale or not, it's going to be at least $100, maybe $120. And it lasts, a tube of it lasts me, using it every night, lasts me at least a year. So I can live with that. And although my lashes grow out and the tips are blonde, I can fix it with a little bit of mascara. My face is still tacky, and that's what I mean about the L'Oreal foundation. I just wish that it dried down a little bit faster. But I'm going to do a little maybe bronzing and my blush. This is the Halo Glow. And sometimes when I squeeze this, I get too much out, so I have to be really careful. But I'm going to just do this section of my face going up. And under my jaw. Take the same brush that I put my foundation on with. I'm going to pull up so that I get into those wrinkles and just stipple it. Still have the wrinkles, but at least there's makeup inside of them. Just make sure the edges are blended. Put a lot more down here, so I'm going to do some brushing initially. I have also the same in a blush that I'm going to use. And again, I have to be real careful. Anytime you're using blush or bronzer, remember that where you put it first on your face is where it's going to be the darkest. So I don't want a big glob right in the center of my face, so I'm going to start out like this. And this is liquid, so I'm going to go ahead and get this taken care of before it dries down. You can always add more, but you can't always take it away easily without having to redo a lot. I think what I'm going to do is use a little bit more, maybe a tad bit more under my eyes. This is all tacky. If it looks like it needs to be blended, blend it. I have those trenches. Had them all my life. If I were going to do something about my face at all, that would be the thing I would do first. Again, I'm going to give this some time to sort of dry down and go back in with my black liner. Isn't it great that we can do whatever we want to do and we can look the way we really want to look or get as close to it as we can? There are no fashion police in real life, and there are no makeup police in real life. So we get to have as rosy of cheeks as we want and as heavy of eyeliner as we want, and mascara and false lashes if we want to wear them. And nobody's going to come get us and put us in jail. At least not in this country. But there's virtually no powder on my brush. But hopefully just enough. And then I'm going to take a big fluffy one and really get any off that may be there. Not tacky at all. You know, I didn't do my brows. Oh my gosh, I need brows, so let's do those babies. I have to remember the old saying with my brows. They're not twins, they're sisters. So they don't have to be exactly alike. Just close. Lots of lines on those lips and above them, but you know, we work with what we've got, don't we? We're going to let that just sort of settle in for a minute. Let my lips dry. Tune and tweak a little bit. A little setting spray. And that's it. Let that dry. Don't have my little fan in here. I'm okay with it. If you like these Get Ready With Me videos, and I know so many of you love them, I'm going to attach at the very end of this video, which is going to happen really quick, I'm going to attach a playlist that I have that will show all of my Get Ready With Me's that I've done over over the years, and that would be a really fun thing, especially if you're new to my channel. Get a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a good beverage, and curl up in a comfortable place and just sit and watch all of the Get Ready With Me's that I've done over the years. As I said, I'm going to attach it to the very end of this video, so all you have to do is click on it. Thank you so much for watching. You know, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to be kind. Be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to others. Know that I love you, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.